My name is Randall Curtis. I'm director of the Institute of Professional Astrologers, and I thought you might want to know what do you expect when you go see an astrologer, what you're looking for. And the best way to do this is when you talk to an astrologer on the phone before you set up an appointment. First you have to know what you want to know. So if it's about a relationship, you have to ask the astrologer if they're good at analyzing relationships, and if they can explain what this person is like that you're interested in, or what the chemistry is between you. Not all astrologers are great relationship readers, and some of them are very, very good. So when they explain it to you, they should be able to tell you, oh yes, I can tell you that, I can tell you what your chemistry is, I can tell if it'll work or not, I can tell you what your problems are, be able to help you, quite well. And that's an expertise they have in or expertise they have in determining if your relationship will work or not. The other thing is if you want to know about your career, you ask them, how do you go about analyzing my career, and what kind of solutions can you give me? Can you give me some direction on that? And so what would an astrologer do? Well, a really good astrologer can use many tools to come to bring this answer for you. First thing I use is using what's called the life purpose point. There's a little thing in your birth chart that shows you what you're born to do. It's an abstract thing, and it takes a very skilled astrologer to really interpret that well, but that's where I would start. And then once they get that, then you see how that relates to the rest of the planets in the chart. And the planets are energies, and signs are attitudes, and you put all this chemistry together, and you can come up with very good insight. And also what I use is I also put in the heart's desire there. I use numbers from the actual names, which is a Chaldean system of numerology. Combine that information with what I see in the chart, and so I give you a complete, comprehensive understanding what your life direction is. A lot of people don't know what they're supposed to do or what their heart's desire is, and this definitely would put you in the ballpark. And so you need to ask a person if they can do that for you and give you some answers that you're looking for. So it's good to know what it is you want and the question you want to ask, and if the astrologer has the skill to do that. It's not that the astrologer has incompetence, it's just there's so many branches, like in medicine, there's so many branches in astrology that not every astrologer can get them all. Another area of astrology is called horary, and some astrologers are very good at that, some never use it. But horary is basically for prediction. And you wonder, well, gosh, I would like to know if I should sell my house or not. Or years ago I had a couple ask me, should they buy this piece of property? And to be able to get that answer, you need to be skilled in horary astrology, which is sort of setting up a chart, and the moment you ask the question, it's like a birth chart, only it's the chart for that moment. And to make the story short, I did a chart for them. They wanted to know if they should buy this property in California, and I did this chart for them, and all the insights from horary astrology had some very bad energies. You can see the energies between planets are either hostile or benign or friendly, and I saw that the energies between the planets were very negative. And I explained to them, don't buy this property, something wrong with it, it's unstable, it's not clear what it is, but I see really tremendous bad energy here. And so this is not like a psychic thing, it's information that you can glean from just the planetary configurations that are in place at the time the person asked the question. And so they didn't believe me, but they would ask somebody else. I said, well, go ahead and ask somebody else, try to see if we can find out, but that's where I have to stand on that. Don't buy that piece of property. And so they went on and got geologists and psychic, and the geologist told them basically the land was unstable. And anyway, I never heard from him again after doing that chart. About 2 years later, I get a phone call, and they said, oh, you know that property you told us about in California? Yes. I said, well, we didn't buy it because, well, we're glad we didn't buy it because what you told us, but it was a quarter of a mile from the Loma Prieta earthquake. Now, that's the earthquake in 1989 in California. So that was a very important thing for them, and I was really pleased that they hadn't done that because that was really a bad chart. Anyway, the property was totally destroyed. I mean, only, what, just a few miles, or not even a quarter of a mile, they said, from the property, and it was totally destroyed. So that's a horror area. You can do that for, like, you want to know if you should sell a house, if you marry this person. Of course, that would relate to the relationship charts. If you should take this trip. A lot of things that can be answered that way, but the person has to be skilled, highly skilled in horary astrology, so you can ask them that question. Maybe that's too technical of a term for you, but you could just say, well, can you give me an answer I'm looking for? And so you get the satisfaction on the phone, or a sense of the person, and they can tell you if, they say, well, I'm not very skilled in that kind of thing. And it's okay, because astrologists are very skilled in other things, so don't think they're just like saying to, well, I'm not a podiatrist, I don't analyze feet, like in medicine. So it's just a way of finding these things out for yourself. Now, the other thing is, well, we talked about your career. We talked about, there's like mundane astrology. There's also political astrology. There is medical astrology. So you should ask whatever question you want to know. Make sure you're willing to get the answer that you want the answer, and something you can use. The other thing is, most astrologers do what's called life readings. They give you a whole picture of your chart, and that covers a wide range of what your number cycles are like, where you are now in your life cycle, what's coming up, and those are called transits, and they read all that stuff, and they synthesize it for you. So an astrologer can build a very good reputation if he or she has the art of synthesis, being able to put all this complex material together into structure that you can understand. So they should be able to explain it to you in a way that makes sense to you. On my website, I always use the term heavenly solutions for earthly problems. And I am skilled in horary, which is reading predictions and relationships and life career. I have a little booklet called How to Realize Your Life Purpose and Your Heart's Desire on my website at www.skysage.com. So if you have any questions, you can always contact me there about what you should know or what you should get from an astrology reading. And you also have to think about the price. Some astrologers charge over $100, maybe $200, $250. Depends on how much or what you require, or how many types of readings you need, and so forth. But I would say $100 is not unreasonable to pay an astrologer, because you have to realize they're professionals. They're not. If you want really good results, there are many different astrologers. Some have studied 5 years, 10 years. Obviously, a person with more experience, 10, 20, 25, 30 years, more than likely has a better grasp of what you're trying to get an answer for. So keep that in mind, and if you have any questions, you can contact me sometime. Nice talking to you, and